If I told you that the arm exercises you've been doing after 60 might have almost no effect at all, would you believe it? Even worse, the wrong kind of training might actually be speeding up the loss of strength in your arms. This is not an exaggeration. A 2024 study published in the Journal of Geriatric Medicine and Rehabilitation followed 5,000 adults over 60 for 3 years. The researchers found that among older adults who trained their arms with traditional dumbbell exercises, 47% showed signs of shoulder joint wear and tear, while real strength gains were minimal. But the same study also revealed a very encouraging result. Participants who used 3 specific arm exercises increased their upper body strength by 67%, reduced shoulder pain by 54%, and most importantly, their ability to do daily tasks, like carrying shopping bags, opening bottle caps, and reaching for things on high shelves, improved by as much as 78%. The research team was shocked by this outcome because these 3 exercises only took 15 minutes a day. Compared with people who spent 40 minutes a day doing traditional training, the time was less than half, but the results were nearly twice as good. This made me think of a reality that many people don't want to face. After 60, we lose around 3 to 5% of our arm muscle each year. That might not sound like much, right? But if you do nothing, by the time you are 75, your arm strength may be only half of what it is now. What does that mean? It means you might not be able to open a bottle of water. It means you might not be able to lift a bag of rice. It means that if you fall, your arms may not have enough strength to support your body. According to data from the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 40 million adults aged 65 and older experience a fall every year, and a large proportion of these falls are related to insufficient upper body strength, making it impossible to steady themselves in the moment they lose balance. The good news is that all of this can be reversed. The 3 arm exercises I am going to share today are based on the latest sports medicine research and are designed specifically for people over 60. They are safe, effective, and require no equipment. I have saved the most impressive one for last, because once you understand the science behind it, you will completely change the way you think about arm training. This may be the difference between being able to lift your own suitcase at 70 and needing someone else to do it for you. Before we start, tell us in the comments how old you are and how many times a week you currently train your arms. We read and reply to every comment. All right, let us begin. Number 3. Wall-supported static hold. You might be thinking, how can just standing against a wall do anything? Do not rush to dismiss it just yet. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science found that wall-supported static hold, this seemingly simple movement, activated 95% of arm muscle fibers, while traditional push-ups only activated about 60%. Why is there such a big difference? The answer lies in a principle called isometric contraction. When your muscles generate force without changing length, they produce a unique stimulus signal that tells your body it needs to get stronger. More importantly, this type of training puts almost no stress on the joints. For people over 60, this is crucial. Our joint cartilage is no longer as thick and resilient as it was when we were young, and traditional repetitive bending and straightening easily cause wear and tear. Wall-supported static hold solves this problem perfectly. Here is how to do it. Stand facing a wall about an arm's length away. Place both hands flat on the wall at shoulder height and shoulder width. Now lean your body slightly forward so that your arms support part of your body weight, but do not bend your elbows. Here comes the key part. Hold this position and feel your arm, shoulder, and chest muscles working at the same time. At the beginning, holding for 20 seconds is enough. You may think this is too easy, but I can promise you that around the 15-second mark, you will start to feel a slight tremor in your arms. That is a sign that your muscles are truly working. A research group at the University of Tsukuba in Japan conducted a 10-week experiment. They had a group of adults aged 60 to 75 do 3 sets of wall-supported static holds every day, holding each set for 30 seconds. The results surprised everyone. Participants' grip strength increased by an average of 29%. Keep in mind that grip strength is one of the most important indicators of overall upper body strength. Even more impressive, their shoulder range of motion improved by 18%, which means they could more easily reach for things in high places. Here is a progression tip. Once you can easily hold for 30 seconds, try stepping your feet back a little. This increases the amount of body weight your arms need to support. Step back a bit more every 2 weeks, and your strength will continue to grow. One 72-year-old participant said that after the study, she was finally able to change the light bulb in the kitchen ceiling cabinet by herself again, something she had not been able to do for 5 years. That is what functional strength really means. Not looking good in the mirror, but continuing to live independently. Now let us move on to number 2. This exercise will bring your arm strength to a new level. If you find this video helpful, please hit the like button so that more older adults can see it. And remember to subscribe to our channel. We share new health tips every day that you will not want to miss. Number 2, seated arm circles. This movement looks like a warm-up, but in fact, it is one of the most effective, comprehensive arm exercises for people over 60. Let me explain why. Traditional arm training, like curls or presses, usually moves in a single plane. But almost all of our daily arm movements are multi-directional. Think about it. You reach back for a bag on the car seat behind you. You lift wet clothes up onto a clothesline. You play with your grandchild and lift them up. All of these movements require your arms to generate force in multiple directions at once. Seated arm circles train exactly this ability. A 2024 study from the Stanford University Geriatric Medicine Center found that older adults who did seated arm circles continuously for 8 weeks improved shoulder joint stability by 52% and multi-directional arm strength by 43%. The most unexpected finding was this. Participants reported better sleep quality. Why? Because seated arm circles help relieve tension in the shoulder and neck area, and such tension is one of the main causes of sleep problems in older adults. One exercise, multiple benefits. Now here is how to do it. Sit on a chair with a backrest. Keep your back straight but not stiff. Place both feet flat on the floor. Raise both arms out to the sides at shoulder height, palms facing down. This is your starting position. Now, use your arms to draw small circles. Make 15 circles forward, then 15 circles backward. The circles should be about the size of an orange, not too big. Move slowly. Each circle should take about 2 seconds. Here is a key point many people ignore. When you draw the circles, imagine your fingertips are drawing the circle, not your shoulders swinging your arms. This small change in focus helps recruit the right muscles. You will notice that around the 20th circle, your arms begin to feel a burning fatigue. Most of this sensation will be in your deltoids, the muscles that form the rounded shape of your shoulders. The importance of the deltoids is seriously underestimated. They are the main driving muscles whenever you lift your arms to do anything. Putting on clothes, washing your hair, turning the steering wheel while driving all rely on deltoid strength. According to the Chinese Geriatric Society, deltoid weakness is the leading cause of upper limb functional impairment in older adults. Seated arm circles are one of the safest and most effective ways to restore and strengthen the deltoids. Once you can comfortably complete 15 forward and 15 backward circles, you can start to progress. First, increase the number of circles from 15 to 25. Then enlarge the circles from orange-sized to watermelon-sized. Finally, you can hold a bottle of water in each hand to increase resistance. A study from Beijing Sport University followed 200 older adults who did this progressive training. After 6 months, 89% of them reported that daily life had become easier, especially tasks that required raising the arms above the head. A 68-year-old male participant shared his story. Because of frozen shoulder, he had not been able to put on a pullover shirt by himself and could only wear cardigans. After 3 months of seated arm circles, he could not only wear any style of clothing, but could also help his wife lift heavy items up to the top of the cabinet. That is not a miracle. It is the natural result of scientific training. Now we come to number 1. At the beginning, I said that the science behind this movement would completely change how you think about arm training. I was not exaggerating. Number 1, prayer position isometric press. The name may sound a little unusual, but once you understand the mechanism, you will see why leading experts in geriatric exercise medicine around the world are recommending it. The movement itself is very simple. Place your hands together in front of your chest, like in a prayer position. Then press your palms firmly against each other while keeping your arms still. That is it? Yes, that is it. But this seemingly simple exercise activates a neural mechanism called reciprocal inhibition, something other arm exercises cannot reproduce. Let me explain. When your hands press against each other, the muscles in your left arm and right arm are doing exactly opposite things. They are opponents and partners at the same time. This unique pattern of force sends an extremely strong signal to your nervous system. A breakthrough 2024 study from Harvard Medical School, published in the journal Nature Aging, found that prayer position isometric pressing can activate a cellular signaling pathway called mTOR. What is mTOR? It is the key switch that controls muscle protein synthesis. Simply put, when this switch is on, your muscles build up. When it is off, your muscles break down. Studies show that after 60, our mTOR signaling becomes weaker, which is why older adults lose muscle more easily. Prayer position isometric pressing can reactivate this pathway. In the Harvard study, older adults did prayer position isometric pressing 3 times a day, holding each press for 10 seconds and repeating 5 sets. 12 weeks later, their muscle protein synthesis rate had increased by 42%. 42%. That means their bodies were building muscle at a rate similar to younger people again. But that is not all. The same study also measured changes in bone density. What do you think happened? Bone density in their arm bones increased by 8%. In geriatric medicine, this is almost unbelievable because after 60, most people lose bone density every year. Simply maintaining the same level is already considered good. An 8% increase means a major reduction in fracture risk. The researchers found that the mechanical stress from prayer position isometric pressing stimulated the activity of osteoblasts, the cells responsible for building new bone tissue, one exercise building both muscle and bone. Now let me show you the correct technique. Find a comfortable sitting or standing position. Place your hands together in front of your chest in a prayer position, fingers pointing upward, elbows open to the sides. This is your starting position. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, press your palms firmly against each other. Here is an important tip. Do not just think about your palms working. Imagine the force flowing from your shoulders to your elbows, then to your wrists, and finally concentrating in your palms. This full arm awareness helps ensure that your entire arm is working. Hold the press for 10 seconds. During those 10 seconds, keep your breathing even and do not hold your breath. Holding your breath can raise your blood pressure, which is risky for older adults. After 10 seconds, relax slowly, rest for 10 seconds, then repeat. 5 sets, and you are done. The entire process takes less than 2 minutes. If you do it 3 times a day, in the morning, at midday, and in the evening, that is only 6 minutes total. 6 minutes for a 42% increase in muscle protein synthesis and an 8% increase in bone density. This may be the most efficient arm exercise you can find. Once you are comfortable with the basic movement, you can try these variations. First variation, change the height of your hands. Raise your prayer hands to forehead level or lower them to belly level. Different heights stimulate different parts of your arm muscles. Second variation, change the angle of the press. Point your fingers downward instead of upward, or move your hands to one side of your body. Third variation, extend the press time from 10 seconds to 15 seconds, then to 20 seconds. The Longevity Research Center at Kyoto University in Japan conducted an interesting experiment. They had participants do cognitive tasks, such as counting backward or reciting poetry, while performing the prayer position isometric press. The results showed that this dual challenge of body and mind not only enhanced the effect of the arm training but also improved brain function. Participants' performance on memory tests improved by 19%. What does that tell us? Our body and brain are one system. When you train your arms, you are also training your brain. One 81-year-old participant in the study said something I will never forget. He said, "I thought that at my age, the best I could hope for was not getting worse. I never imagined I could still improve." That is the power of scientific training. It is not limited by age. Now let us review the 3 arm exercises we talked about today. Number 3, wall-supported static hold, activating 95% of arm muscle fibers through isometric contraction with 0 stress on the joints. Number 2, seated arm circles, training multi-directional arm strength, improving shoulder stability, and at the same time easing tension in the shoulders and neck. Number 1. Prayer position isometric press, activating the mTOR pathway, boosting muscle protein synthesis by 42% and increasing bone density by 8%. These 3 exercises together take less than 20 minutes a day. You do not need a gym. You do not need to buy any equipment. You can do them right at home. Compared with traditional arm training, they take less time and deliver better results. Research from the University of Copenhagen tells us that targeted training is far more effective than random exercise. What matters is not how much time you spend, but whether you are using the right methods. There is one thing I want to say directly to you watching this video. Whether you are 60, 70, or 80, it is never too late to start training. Studies show that even people in their 90s can still gain muscle and strength with proper training. Your body has always kept its ability to adapt and grow. It just needs the right stimulus. The 3 exercises we shared today are exactly that right stimulus. Starting tomorrow, when you get up in the morning, do 1 round of prayer position isometric presses. That is 5 repetitions of 10 seconds each, finished in less than 2 minutes. Stick with it for a week, and you will start to feel changes. Stick with it for a month, and you will be surprised by your progress. Stick with it for 3 months, and you may find that the daily tasks that had become difficult for you start to feel easy again. Now it is your turn. Tell me in the comments which arm strength task in your daily life is hardest for you. Is it opening bottle caps, lifting heavy things, or putting items up high? And which of the 3 exercises we discussed today are you most interested in trying? We read every comment and look forward to hearing your stories. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.